die. Go too fast. I'm taking 3.
I'm going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
You get your 2?
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. ThoughtGore here, and today we're going to take a look at some Mogami gameplay on Islands of Ice. This is a much better battle than the previous videos I put up with my Mogami on this map, as this battle will actually show what teamwork can accomplish. So right off the bat, I'm just sort of looking around, seeing how the team disperses a little here, and really planning my first move. So I can see that the team is going to be moving towards, at least where I am in my half of the map, they're moving towards that B point. On this map specifically, I do not like to head towards C right away. I find it very open, and I've talked about this before, I think on a different map. We were talking about north that time, but I had mentioned on a 4-point map, ideally you want to try to get 2 points next to each other and then fight for the remaining 2. So that way you're pushing on one front and you're not being attacked from both sides. It seems fairly straightforward and fairly common, but you know, in the heat of the moment, some people may not think about that, so try and keep it in mind when you're on these 4-point maps. Also, you'll notice I am flying a signal flag today. What I've got on is the India Bravo 3 flag. This, of course, is the only but a flesh wound flag. What it does for you is it offers minus 5% to the repair cost of your ship at the end of the battle. When you get to tier 8, you'll notice some economy changes, I guess, but you'll notice that your ship costs are a lot more, so you really do need to make sure that you're performing in battle so that you can come out on top. For example, my Mogami here, without the flag, if it gets destroyed, I think it's about 90,000 is what it costs to fully repair, and that's not including any cost of like ammunition. So yeah, I would highly recommend at least running this flag from tier 8 and up. It's going to help you out. Obviously, there are other flags that you do want to consider when having on the ship. There are flags that are specific to, or that are really helpful to cruisers. There are flags that are really helpful to battleships. So you want to try and start making use of these as you're getting into the higher tiers. Now, obviously, if you're not there yet and you just want to fly some flags on your ship because they're awesome, 2 thumbs up, go right ahead and do it. You even might want to experiment with some of these signal flags at the lower tiers to see what exactly they're going to do for you, and which ones you like to have, which ones may not be so important to you. Now, the group I'm with is getting closer to the B point. Looking at the top of the screen, we do see our team has lost a destroyer. That destroyer unfortunately attempted to cap the D point without any sort of backup and paid the ultimate price. On the plus side, we've got another destroyer up at the A point, and he's capping that, so that's great, really. I have been spotted by aircraft, not really concerned about it. In my cruisers and my battleships, I'm not concerned so much about stealth, overall stealth. I assume that I'm spotted right from the beginning and go with it that way. In my cruisers, there are situations where I do want that stealth, especially when you're going in and out of islands, and as soon as your enemy loses line of sight of you, you pop out of sight, right? So use that to your advantage. With the Japanese cruisers, try and shoot off some torpedoes, and yeah, it works out pretty well. So we're getting into the B point. I do have some ally friends with me. That is great. And we can see some enemies popping up here as well. There is some smoke in the distance, so I know that there is going to be a destroyer here, so you do want to be careful. I have the sonar ability on my Japanese cruiser. I don't use the AA ability on these cruisers. Reason for it is the AA armament I don't feel is good enough to even bother with upgrading, so I just don't do it. On my American cruisers, it definitely has it. Enemy destroyer pops up, we put some rounds into him, managed to set him on fire and get a few hits. Not too bad. Obviously, I wanted to kill him in the one in the one salvo, but wasn't able to do so. And he pops around the island, but I do get one last sneaky shot off at him, so that was great. And then a New Mexico pops up, so I can see him there. Taking it into consideration as well, and looking how close he is. He's really close to us. I don't want him to be able to fire into me. Those New Mexicos have some serious guns on them, and especially at short ranges, they can just like shotgun you and you're dead. It's all over. So we're waiting for him to round, and while I'm waiting for that to happen, doesn't mean I can't put shots into other enemy ships as they appear. So there was the Otago and the Atlanta again, put shots into them. Now with this New Mexico, I'm lining up my torpedoes, but when I took that shot there, I was also looking. He's right next to an island, and he's going to have to turn to come to avoid that island, right? So that's why I shot off those torpedoes. I was anticipating him turning into B, which you can see him start doing now, so that my torpedoes would be in play to take him out. And hopefully that's exactly what's going to happen here. The New Mexico, though, is taking a beating from the allies that I have with me. He's on fire. He's got at least 3 ships shooting at him, including myself. My torpedoes don't even get there in time. It was close. I might have hit him with one, maybe if I hadn't have killed him there, but whatever. He's dead and gone. And I got the kill, so, that was pretty great as well. Now, at this point of the battle, things are going pretty great. We have A, we have B. I feel that our hold on B is pretty secure. They only seem to have a few ships around. Here's an Atlanta right there. He's still trying to harass us a bit, but I'm about to give him the what for, and there he goes. So he's gone, and B's looking great. With B secure, at least looking secure, I can start thinking about C now. The team is still up here with me. We're still in a pretty good group. You can see some allies there off in that direction, sort of harassing around C, so that's what I want to try and do as well. Support them in that effort, see if we can't take that point, hold it, and it'll lead us to victory as well. So why not try? So that's where we're going to turn off now. I find, watching this replay, I've seen it a few times now, but I find it at this point of the battle, I'm a little timid. My concern here is I didn't want to die. I'm not top of the team. We did have some few tier 9s there. We had a battleship and a Kagero. But I'm still a pretty important player on this team. And I don't want to throw that away. I want to, give my team everything I can possibly give so that we can get this victory. In the back of my mind as well, I'm thinking if I do well in this battle, I will get my new cannon. So I have some self-interest here as well. Now these guys, they're going to chase that enemy down and kill him, because he was on his way to A to take that point from us. We can't have that. We need these 2 points to at least stay at parity with the enemy team. They are leading us by a little, but we're going to be closing that gap down here shortly. So moving into C, I do get a glimpse at some more enemies here. So I've got 2 there off to my side, and then I've got this Cleveland over here. I didn't give the Cleveland enough attention, or maybe I didn't give him enough credit. I didn't think it was that bad. That he was in front of me, I figured, oh, it's just a Cleveland. I'll get him. Not a big deal. He's got some enemies around, but they're pretty far away. It'll more or less be, one-on-one. Let's take him out, right? Alright, so we're going to start aiming up on him. I do put some rounds into him. There they go. I'm checking out these other enemies because I'm feeling fairly alone at this point. Remember I just mentioned I was feeling timid? Well, that's still carrying over here. I'm looking around, and my allies are with me, but they're not, right next to me. And then that Cleveland shoots me like that. I didn't notice it until I was, I do notice it later in the battle, but I didn't notice it until I was watching the replay. that it happened right now. That Cleveland just took out both my rear turrets. Yep. Take a look. They're gone. I, I mean, I noticed it later in the battle, but I didn't notice it until this point here that they were actually gone since now. But what a shot by that guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's shooting armor piercing into me. You can tell because I'm not getting catching on fire. I could hear the shots, some of the shots bouncing off me. Plus, he just destroyed both those turrets. So good shot by that guy. So with I only have my front turrets now. Um, I have to try to play the game a little differently than I would with the back turrets, because now when I'm running away from something, I'm not going to be able to fire at them. You got to really keep angled. Luckily, that Cleveland didn't see my torpedo spread at all, so I managed to finish him off, paid him back for taking out my turrets, and it gave me 3 kills. So it was not too bad at all. Now I'm over here. The carrier has popped up. We're going to kill him. He's got to go. I've got a friendly destroyer with me. Um, he just has to go. I don't think he expected us here. You can see my allies. The majority of the heavy ships are on the other side of sea attacking from there. But the destroyer met up with me. I'm not feeling timid anymore, even though I only have 3 turrets left. I've got a destroyer buddy with me. Carrier's gone. Cleveland's gone. This side of the map seems to be pretty clear. Let's go and take that C point. Why not? Moving into C, I am going to have to still be careful. There are still enemies around, still some heavy hitters. Even though they only have 4 ships left, I could be ambushed by one of those destroyers and taken out immediately by some torpedoes. Or, given that I don't have a whole lot of health left, I could easily get citadeled and die. So, got to keep those things in mind. If you're dead, you can't do any more damage. You can't support the team. So, I really want to make sure I can stay alive here. So, getting a little closer now to C, biggest threat is this destroyer. I don't want to get torped. Really want to avoid those torps. He's not quite on the other side of the island. There he is now. So I'm going to try and get him. It's a Hatsuharu. He did pop his smoke, but hopefully we can still see him. You can notice I did pop my sonar ability. I didn't pop the ability expecting to be able to see the destroyer. I did it because I wanted to see his torpedoes in case he launches those. So I got a nice shot into him. Didn't manage to kill him, but I did get the final... I did get a Confederate there out of it. So, pretty good. Doing alright this match. Not too bad at all. There's a destroyer again. Oh, look how low he is. Man. I think he has like 19 hit points or something left. I never actually ended up killing him either. Couldn't believe it. But there he is. He's still alive. And, I mean, he'll still do the same amount of damage with those 19 hit points as he does with full hit points. So, gotta keep him in mind and try to be careful here. We're gonna take out this battleship. He's on fire, just cruising out all by himself. So he's got to go. And there's high caliber. And I get the kill. So that, not a bad battle at all. The destroyer's coming around, but I'm going to hide behind this island, because if you look now, I've got something like 246 hit points left, or maybe a little more, a little less. So oh man, I don't want to die. But doesn't mean I'm going to hide and do nothing. I know I have got 5 kills, Confederate, high caliber, flooding, hits, torpedo hits. I've definitely done my share. You could probably argue that I can go hide now and no one would say anything to me. But it's just not in me. That's just not how I play. I fight right until the end. I don't care if I'm about to die, if I have 1 hit point left, I am going to fight to the end, tooth and nail. So we're turning our boat around. I'm going to start putting shots into this New Mexico, see if we can't set them on fire. I want to keep my distance, don't want to get killed, and want to help the team bring this guy down. I don't want the kill, not looking for anything else. I mean, my performance here has been really well so far, I think. I think you'll all agree. So, let's let someone else get the kill. So put some shots into him. Yeah, he's getting out of my range, but sometimes they'll still land. And reloading, another shot goes in. Everything seems fine. No big deal. I'm almost reloaded again. Oh my god, he's fired at me. Oh no. Ah. Come on, right? I can't. Ah. So what you did here there, while I'm reeling from this, I did unmute the clip, and that was my original reaction. Oh, I was so disappointed, so disappointed. I mean, even though, like, look, it was a great match. I did really, really well, but man, I talked about survival the whole game, this whole time. Important to survive, doing it for the team. You know, if I would have just turned, I don't know, 10 degrees, maybe to port, I might have avoided that. Might have been a different story altogether. I've got goosebumps. I, I wanted to live so bad. Just, just so bad. But whatever. So getting back to it, I mean, we've won. The enemy team did manage to take A from us, but that's fine. We managed to take C, and we still hold parity with the overall points on the map. What won it for us here was killing the enemy ships. Took points away from them and gave us points. So you can see the results screen popping up here now as we speak. This is not 1.5 times, so this is just straight out premium experience, 444,000 credits, 3,900 experience, high caliber, and Confederate, so not bad at all. Overall, top experience earner on the team. The enemy team had some people there as well who were doing pretty good, but just couldn't pull it off. In terms of total damage done, I think this was my second highest battle for damage done. I think the highest is a little over 144,000, and this one might have came in a little below that. So all in all, pretty good battle, I think. So thanks so much, guys, for taking the time watching the video today. As always, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and look forward to seeing you all in tomorrow's video. Take care.